You know those facts you've heard your whole life? The ones you just kind of know are true? Well, what if I told you that a whole bunch of them, about your body, your mind, even the money in your pocket, are completely wrong? We build our entire lives on these ideas, but so many are just illusions or clever stories we've all agreed to believe. Today, we're going to peel back the curtain and see what's really going on underneath. Let's dive in.
Okay, let's kick things off with a classic. Go ahead, look at your wrist right now. You see those bluish or maybe kind of greenish lines under your skin, right? We've all heard the story. Blood is blue inside your veins, and it only turns red when it hits the oxygen in the air. It sounds plausible, it sounds scientific, but it's also one of the biggest myths in biology.
The real answer is your blood is always red. Always. The blood getting pumped from your heart is a super bright cherry red because it's full of oxygen. On its way back, it's a much darker maroon color, but it's still red. So why do our veins look blue? Well, it has nothing to do with biology and everything to do with physics. It's an optical illusion. Your skin scatters blue light back to your eyes more than it scatters red light. It's the exact same light scattering principle that makes the sky look blue. Wild, right?
Now, the whole blue blood thing is a pretty harmless piece of trivia. But what about the stories we believe about our own minds? These myths aren't just incorrect, they can be genuinely dangerous. They create stigma, they stop people from getting the help they need, and they turn a real medical condition into what feels like a personal failure. The gap between perception and reality here, it can be devastating.
You know, telling someone with depression to just cheer up is like telling someone with a broken leg to just walk it off. It completely misses the point. Depression is so often a biological state where the brain is literally struggling to produce or use key chemicals like serotonin and dopamine. For someone going through it, the world isn't just sad, it's gray. It's this deep, profound emptiness. It's a physical illness, not a mindset you can just snap out of.
And this is such a perfect analogy for anxiety. It is so much more than just worrying too much. Imagine you have a smoke alarm in your house, but it goes off for everything. Burnt toast, steam from the shower, someone lighting a candle. That's what generalized anxiety disorder can feel like. The brain's threat detection system is broken. The switch is stuck in the on position. It's flooding your body with stress hormones for things that are totally not emergencies, like sending an email. This quote just hits so hard because it gets to the painful truth of OCD. We throw the term around so casually, right? Like, oh, I'm so OCD about my bookshelf. But real obsessive-compulsive disorder is a cruel trap. It's this vicious cycle of horrible, intrusive thoughts, the obsessions, and the desperate, repetitive rituals, the compulsions, that you do just to get a second of relief. It's not a personality quirk. It's a mental prison. Okay, so we've looked at some of the fictions of the mind. Let's shift our focus back to the physical world, because you might be surprised to learn that some of the facts you were taught in biology class, the ones we all just take for granted, are just as wrong. All right, time for a little rapid-fire myth-busting. That idea that carrots give you night vision? Totally made up. It was brilliant British propaganda during World War II to hide their new top-secret radar technology from the Germans. How about chameleons changing color to camouflage? Mostly false. It's actually how they communicate their mood, show they're angry, or try to attract a mate. Oh, and it helps them regulate their body temperature. And camels storing water in their humps? Nope. That's up to 80 pounds of pure fat. Basically a massive energy pack for those long trips across the desert. We spend about a third of our lives asleep, so you'd think we'd be experts at it. But it turns out a lot of us are doing it wrong. Sleeping on your stomach, the free fall, is actually pretty terrible for your body. It forces your neck into this twisted 90-degree angle for hours and puts a really unnatural arch in your lower back. The absolute best way to sleep? The log, on your left side. It keeps your spine perfectly neutral, and here's a cool bonus. Because of how your stomach is shaped, it actually uses gravity to help with digestion and cut down on acid reflux. Such a simple change can make a huge difference. Okay, so we've busted myths about our minds and our bodies, things rooted in biology and physics. But now, let's tackle the biggest fiction of all, a system built on absolutely nothing but our collective belief in it: money. This is one of those ideas that can really blow your mind if you think about it too long. That dollar bill in your wallet, it's just a piece of paper with some ink on it. It has no real value by itself. The only reason you can trade it for a coffee is because you, the barista, and literally everyone else has this unspoken agreement that it's worth a coffee. It's a game we all agree to play. A story built entirely on trust. If that trust ever disappeared, the value would just vanish.
And because money is just a story, the rules for getting it are way more flexible than we think. I mean, look at these two paths. You have the NPC, the non-player character, who follows the script to the letter. They save every single dollar, sacrifice for 20 years, and slowly, painstakingly buy their freedom through sheer discipline. Then you have the gambler, who just rips the script to shreds. They achieve the same thing through a streak of pure, statistically impossible luck. One is a long, hard war, the other is a lightning strike. So, from the color of your own blood to the cash in the economy, the world is not nearly as solid and real as it seems. It's built on these layers of stories, illusions, and shared agreements. Once you really see that, you realize you have the power to examine all of them. So the final question I'll leave you with isn't just what truth you'll question next, but how seeing a